making those work effectively. So that's going to be our focus for the first 4 weeks in the English class: building grammar, building vocabulary. The IELTS in the first 4 weeks, we'll be looking at really understanding the exam. It is very different from any other exam that you take. No memorization involved, so you really need to be picking up skills and understanding what the test is asking for. So let's see. So yeah, if you have questions, let me see all of them. There we go. Right. So that's the first half. So we'll be looking at the reading and the listening exam in the first 4 weeks and understanding the structure of the exam. In the second half of the class, we're going to be taking that beautiful grammar and vocabulary and structures that we've worked on and building them out into further writing full documents in a variety of ways. In the IELTS section, we're going to be specifically looking at how we can get the maximum score for your ability and levels in the IELTS exam as well. And there are some keys to this. Now, there's one thing that I can't do that you can to build up all of these skills and to make your writing really sing and your expressions really sing. That's to do the creative writing class. Absolutely. The more you write, the more you can come up with ideas, especially personal ones, which you can do so well in the creative writing section. That will just, make your English and your writing blossom. So I hope that it's super. I really want you to understand, but it's super important to take, if you can, go to the creative writing as well. Other than that, these are that's the syllabus for this year, and there may be some changes over time. If so, I will make sure that. Right. So anyway, thank you very much. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Jan. I think we will definitely send out also to email the summary that you just gave, which is really, really useful. So just to do the headline on this, that the course goes from 10 to 12 on Tuesdays, and it seems like it will be a good idea for everybody to go to the 10 to 12. But if you are not doing IELTS, you maybe don't need the 11 to 12 so much, although you might want to try it. This is great. We are very happy to be providing this through Jan, who has a massive amount of experience in teaching IELTS. And as you know, it's very hard to get, you may know, it's very hard to get IELTS courses free, especially. So it's great that we can have that here. Thank you. Can we go to, is Amir here? I'm not exactly sure if he's around. I think he may not be able to be here today.
I'm here, Corinne. I can go next.
Sorry, Amir. Great.
No problem at all. Can I share my screen as well, Corinne?
Sure, please do.
Great, thank you. So, good morning, everyone. And it's so exciting to be here. I think I've been part of Olive since 2020. So this is my 4th year being part of the program. As Corinne mentioned, I'm going to work with you over the next 10, 11 weeks on a course called Pathways to Education, Training and Employment. So basically, there are 3 types of people that could benefit from this course. So first of all, if you are new to the country, as I assume many of you are, and you don't know what is the next step for you and what you want to do next, this is a course that you can benefit from. So many of you are here with work experience back from your countries, with university degrees from your countries. Probably you have an engineering degree from Sudan, or you've been a teacher in Iran, or you have some high school diploma from Afghanistan, but you don't know how to continue your education here or how to enter the job market. So this course can provide you with the information that you need. So if you are new and you don't know what you want to do, you will have opportunities to have information by participating in this course. The second type of people that could probably benefit from the course are people who know what they want to do, but they don't know how to do it. So basically, you have an engineering degree from your country and you want to start an engineering job, but you don't know what are the requirements and how you can apply for those kind of jobs, how to find those kind of jobs, and how to prepare yourself for success in your job application. Or probably you have high school diploma from your country, you want to continue your education, you want to study computer science in University of somewhere in London or Birmingham, but you don't know how the application process works and the requirement for that application process. So again, the course is about giving you direction and guidance on how to continue the plans that you have. And then the third type of people that may benefit from the course are those who know what they want to do. They know how to do it, but they don't have the kind of qualifications or the requirement to meet the entry requirements. For example, someone with a bachelor degree in computer science, they want to study masters in cybersecurity. They know how to apply for university, but they don't probably have the requirements in terms of the statement that you need to have, the reference letter that you need to have, or the language level that you need to have, and they don't know how to meet those criteria. Again, the course is for you to have more information and guidance and advice on how to meet those criteria. So these are three types of people that can benefit from the course. It's about giving you information, advice, and guidance. I'm just going to share my screen just to give you a very kind of brief outline of the course over the next 10 weeks. So next week, we start with an overview of the UK education system post-16. Then we will have 2 sessions on undergraduate courses. If you are interested in applying for undergraduate courses, bachelor courses, those 2 sessions are for you. We will have 1 session on how to apply for postgraduate and different pathways that you have within that postgraduate system in the UK. 2 sessions on vocational, job-related, college kind of training, further education. 1 session overview of the UK career market. So how the job sector work in the country. Then 2 sessions on how to apply for jobs in terms of applications, CVs, interview preparation, and everything that you need to prepare yourself for increasing your chance of being successful in your applications. And then finally, 1 session on self-employment. If you have any aspiration on starting your own business and becoming self-employed now or in the future, then we will have 1 session for that. And then during the course of those 10 weeks, there will be opportunities for you to have to ask your questions, any more specific question about your case. I will be there to hopefully help you out with your plans. That's it. Thanks, Corinne.
Thank you so much, Amir. I just want to emphasize that Amir has guided so many hundreds of people through this process, that you are very safe in his hands, I would say. And he always does advise patience in doing this, but you know, with patience, you will get to the place that is best for you, and with Amir's help, in fact. So thank you so much, Amir. Can we go on now to, let's go to Israel. I think Israel's here, right? Israel, can we hear from you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, wonderful. Hi, Israel.
Okay. Hi. Hi everyone, and I'd like to extend another, welcome to all our amazing students on this OLIVE program. And I'm really thrilled that I'm here today. It is a privilege, but also an opportunity that I'll be guiding you through the digital skill course. Just a quick one. I'd like to share a bit about what the course is all about, what it entails, and how it can really benefit you either in your studies, your work, or in everyday activity. So the way the course is designed, just to give you an overview, is that it's designed in a way to enhance your digital skill. So you'll be equipped with that knowledge and also have that broad understanding of, the tools that, are really necessary today to navigate the digital world. Whether you are, aiming to improve your productivity, or you need to stay safe online, you need to explore new, career opportunity. What I want to say is that this course has something valuable for everyone. So what are the key learning objectives that we will cover throughout the duration of this program?
More than a week.
Is that you'll be able to learn essential digital skill to boost your efficiency at work, at home, and even at study. And also you will understand how to stay safe online by recognizing common cyber security threats and also learning strategies to protect your device. Another area that you will learn is to explore the potential of artificial intelligence and also its various application.
I am
But also
currently on.
you will gain insight into one of the most transformative technology of our time. So when it comes to the area of career opportunity, also you'll be able to discover diverse career path that are available in this field. So by the end of this course, you'll be able to understand the importance of digital skill for achieving life goals and also for career advancement and for further education. Also, you'll be able to understand how to communicate and collaborate, effectively using all those collaborative tools like Microsoft Teams. You'll be able to manage your digital footprint responsibly and participate safely online. You'll be able to use digital skill to support your social inclusion. This is very, very important because as migrant to this to this country, you will have to look at digital skill as a window at which you can integrate yourself into your community and to the society at large. Also, you'll be able to identify and mitigate computer security threat. And one key highlight of these course is that we will have a session on digital storytelling, and you'll be able to create, well, also you'll be able to share compelling digital story that you will create. So there is a whole lot that this, we'll be able to cover within this, period. So before our next, class session, you will receive a link, inviting you to participate in the survey questionnaire on digital skills. So the whole essence is just to see how to explore, because every one of you have different level of experience when it comes to IT. So it will explore that individual experience and for using digital content. But also it will also help us to see how we can improve the course itself. So the questionnaire is divided into 5 main sections. So the first section will ask about information about your digital competency in the use of digital technology. The second section of the survey will ask you about access and use of digital technology. And the third section, will just explore that general view of digital skill based on your personal experience. And this personal experience could be either at work, it could be at either study or maybe general use. And the fourth section, will examine, the factors which is affecting the usage of digital technology, given your circumstances. And the last section will explore the potential of AI for learners like you. And so in summary, so this course is more than just a learning opportunity. It's the pathway to a brighter and a more connected future. And so as we're going to delve into the curriculum, so all I can say is I'm encouraging you to get involved, actively participate, engage yourself, ask questions, and make most use of the resources that will be available. I'm really delighted that I'm part of this wonderful project, and I look forward to guiding you through this exciting journey, and so that you can thrive in the digital world. I'd like to thank you all for listening, for your time, and that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Israel. It's great to hear from you. I'm not sure if colleagues, you are all knowing that the teachers you are hearing from are coming from many different places. So Dr. Amir is a lecturer at Liverpool University. Israel Esanor is doing a PhD at the University of East London and is also really a leading light in writing about digital education, especially for refugees now. Jan Harriman has, as I said, massive experience in teaching IELTS and works currently for the British Council. And then our fourth teacher who is here today to talk to you, Dr. Erica, has a PhD actually in creative nonfiction writing and large amounts of experience in this field. So we're very delighted to have her here. Erica, would you like to describe a bit about your course?
Yeah, sure. And hi, I'm really happy to be here. It's nice to see some old friends and colleagues, and also to meet you all that whom I haven't met before. So the creative writing course at Olive has been running since 2019, and every year I update it together with the students of the course. So the course that I'm teaching is the result of both what I have been teaching and learning this year, and also a lot of students who have been coming to it before you, contributing to it. Why would you want to come to a creative writing course, which is a question that maybe you're asking yourself if you haven't done anything like it before, if you're new to it. Two things mostly. Well, like Jan said, it's a complement to her course. It's an English course in a way, because you are going to apply some of the stuff that you've been learning in the English classes. You're going to put it in practice on paper. You're going to put pen to paper and use those tools that Jan is teaching you. The other thing is that creative writing is fun, and you're allowed to do things for fun, and you're allowed to do things that are nice and good for you. And I would think that, you know, that's what we've been trying to do with this course as well. It's a course that's based on your life story. We don't only talk about that, but we start from your life story. We start from the fact that everyone has a story to tell. And maybe you want to learn some tools that can help you tell it. And maybe you want to share it with some people that are like-minded, some people that are there to support you, some people that you know, are here doing the same thing as you. And again, two reasons why this is a good idea. One, to get into UK university, some of you will know you have to write something called a personal statement. A personal statement is like a cover letter explaining what your journey has been to get here, your journey in life, your journey in education. So having an idea about how to structure this life story can be, you know, beneficial for you in order to gain admission into university. Two, again, maybe you just want to learn how to write better in English. You want to learn how to tell a story better. We're going to play with the building blocks of how we tell stories. We're not just going to talk about your own in a very supportive, very gentle way. We are also going to look at films. We're going to look at poetry, all kinds of stuff that contains writing, and maybe we don't think about it very much in our day-to-day life, but writing is everywhere. So please come. This is the only afternoon course. It's on Wednesday, 2 to 4. And I understand that maybe for some people that's a bit complicated. Courses, you the afternoon one. And I will be looking forward very much to meeting you. We will be going for 5 weeks. This is a shorter course because the second half is going to be taught by a different teacher, Sonia, who's also absolutely great. And you'll meet her too along the way. So thank you so much. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you, Erica. That was great. So you can see from Erica's account how important this class can be for you. And I just want to say personally that having dropped in on these classes, they are really lovely and people have a really fun time there. So I really urge you to be there if you can. The second half of the classes will be, as Erica said, taught by Sonia Quintero, who is a poet based in East London. Also with a large amount of experience. She runs poetry festivals and poetry weeks all over East London. And she is going to be focusing, as you might expect, on poetry in the writing. But poetry is a very broad thing. And for Sonia, everybody is a poet. So you would be very welcome to those classes. So thank you, teachers. That's been great to hear from you. I think the next step, which comes logically in a way from what Erica said, is to talk to a couple of the tutors who are here, or at least one tutor is here who's had quite a lot of experience in tutoring with Olive. We have a mix of newer tutors and tutors with vast amounts of experience with the Olive program. And as Erica said, one of the tutors' responsibilities is to help give feedback on your applications. When you make applications, you will write personal statements for undergraduate applications or for graduate applications, or indeed if you're applying for scholarships of any kind. So I can see that Catherine is here, and maybe Catherine could say a few words about your experience tutoring, Catherine.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all. So yeah, I'm Catherine, and I've been a tutor with Olive since last year. I'm actually based in London, but I'm a master's student at the University of Bristol, so I kind of am across the two different places. So yeah, kind of like what Corinne said, so the tutors were kind of here for your one-to-one support, so kind of keep in contact to answer any questions that you might have. And we do quite sort of varied sort of support. So we mostly help you with applications. This can be like looking over your CV, looking over your university application, your personal statement, giving you advice on editing, what to write, but also sort of helping you find appropriate courses and also scholarships, helping you with scholarship applications. I've also helped one of my tutees with job applications. I also meet another one. We have sort of we have meetings on Zoom where we just chat for a bit of time just to practice English conversation, things like that. So it can be quite varied, but yeah, we're sort of there for your kind of sort of first point of contact that's easy to sort of access, to ask any questions and provide any support. Yeah, that's it really.
Wonderful, Catherine, thank you. Let me just say that's way beyond what we can always offer from tutors. But yeah, we'll talk later about what tutors do with students, but definitely that first point of contact is so important. So, you know, if you're learning online, this program is mostly online, you know, sometimes you can feel a bit disconnected if the classes are big and so on, or, you know, you miss some classes, but your tutor will always be there on email initially and maybe on Zoom as well. And tutors like Catherine are just, you know, worth their weight in gold really for this program. So it's great to have you here, Catherine. There are some new tutors here who I wonder if they could maybe say a couple of words about it, because you may meet them. They may be your tutors. So I can see Kate, Guadebe, and Giada, I think. Kate, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yes, this is my first Olive meeting. But I've been teaching at the University of Manchester since 1985. And I'm quite happy to work with you on your whatever you want to know about the University of Manchester or other universities, or how to do with the personal statements and whatever, or just talk about what your plans and dreams and hopes are. So yeah, very much looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. That sounds great. Godebe, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
Okay,
Hi.
excuse me.
Hi, Ali. Yes.
Hi, can I ask a question?
Could you wait until we've come to the end of the
Okay, yes, thank
we
you.
have lots
Thank
of
you.
time for questions after.
Sorry.
No worries. Thank you, Ali.
Okay, is it me?
Yes, it's definitely you. Hi.
Okay, let me put my video.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. Like Kate was saying, I'm also new to this program, and my name is Godebe. I'm teaching at University of Hull. I'm also a PhD student at University of Bristol. So I'm really happy to see each one of you here, and I'm really happy to support some of the students here. So I don't know much about the program, so this is my first meeting. So I'm looking forward to working with everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Godebe. That's very nice to hear from you. It's great also to have some people from not just Bristol, but also Godebe's at Hull. So we have people from all over the country, really, which is very, very helpful. And also from really lots of different disciplinary backgrounds. So one other person is here, I think Giada is here. Do you want to say something? Hi.
Can you hear me well?
We can hear well, yes.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. Very nice to meet you all. I'm Giada. I'm based at the University of Birmingham, and I'm a PhD candidate. Hopefully, I will finish soon. I've been teaching and tutoring bachelor students for the past 3 years, but this is my first OLIF meeting, so I still have to get to learn how to better support you. I came to this country 5 years ago, and I had to undergo quite a lot the same kind of, application for university and jobs and cover letter and all these things. So I have also a kind of first-hand experience for that, and I really can't wait to start working with you.
That's wonderful, Giada. Thank you. Yeah. As Giada says, she's at Birmingham, and we do have now the possibility of having some in-person meetings in Birmingham, as well as the other places, which are, as I said, Bristol, London, Manchester, and Liverpool. So we hope to have some small meetings there. But as I also said, the support is there for you from Olive online. So you don't have to feel that you need to be at those meetings. The support is there online, exactly the same. We're going to move to, as I said, perhaps the most important presentations, which are going to be just some short presentations from ex-Olive students. Olive started, and I started working with Olive in 2017, and some of those ex-students are now master students, PhD students, doing other things. So they have gone through all of Olive and kind of come out the other side. But today we have two somewhat more recent Olive alumni. Maybe we can start with Annie. Annie, would you like to say a few words about your Olive experience and what you're doing now? It would be lovely to hear from you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. I am a recent graduate, not too long ago, from the Olive classes. And when I did these classes, I spoke English, yes. However, it was interesting what I picked up and how it has helped me along the way. I I had not fully decided whether I was going to go back to school or not, but being in that class helped me navigate that particular system. So I will kind of go through it in a way that my mind made sense of it. Initially, it was not making a lot of sense, I have to admit. I was like wondering, how is this going to help me? Why is it that I'm doing, this basic things, you know, writing, speaking, reading, describing. But when I started my uni, it all came together. It definitely came together. Even before I went to uni, it came together. It kind of clicked, and I'm still using some of the skills that I gained from these classes. So I will go by the different classes. My first classes, I did the English classes, which involved the writing skills, and it was really, really interesting because, like I said, I learned. I think when you leave, I'd not been to school for a long time, so I think when you leave school or when you have a break, you kind of forget some of the things, where to put a comma, where to put a full stop, how to write. And this class reminded me of how to write, how to present myself, and also how to speak and how to do it correctly. And that for me was quite a surprise because I thought I spoke English. When I did the class with Amir, preparing for the future, I looked at it. I had a resume, and I still did go to that class, and I did still ask a lot of questions because I was wondering, how was I going to navigate the system here, which had different requirements for you to be able to integrate. Most of us are coming from different backgrounds and had careers, or if you were just students, you are trying to figure out your life, which way you're going to, which direction you're going to go to. But an important thing to do is how do you present yourself to the potential employers? Like everything else, every place has its own systems. So when you learn how to navigate these systems, they do bear fruit. So I'll give an example. I had to redo my resume from the conversations that we had in those classes. And I believe that has helped me a great deal in my journey in applying for particular things that I've applied them for. Like, for example, I applied my skills to join a think tank as a volunteer in their migration policy department. And I used the skills that I got from Amir, how to present yourself, how to package where you're coming from and where you're going to. I've used those same skills to apply for a position as a trustee. And that packaging, those conversations guided me in how I packaged myself for those interviews and how I presented myself. Those are two among the things that I do, but other things I've done. Going to the IT skills, I didn't completely engage in that it's to my detriment in a way, because I have found that being in uni has basically taught me that I needed all the skills. I needed them to better integrate into the system, because when you get into uni, everything you're doing is online. You're submitting your essays, you're doing group meetings, you're co-producing stuff with people. And the better you can navigate the systems, the better it is for you. So that, for me, I have to say, is to my detriment. I didn't do it, and maybe I will actually come back and do that. Dr. Erica's creative writing course, I think that was the most, the thing that I think helped me get into uni, because I was able to write a good personal statement. But other than that, I'm able to to engage. When I'm telling a story, I'm able to engage and to keep it going. Which was one of the questions, I believe, in the IELTS, where you have this conversation with somebody else and how you describe and how you engage them. So in that respect, I think I want to give credit to that class that it allowed me to write a really good personal statement. And now I'm in Cardiff University, and now the university is using my personal statement as a sample to students who are trying to get into the university or who want help writing their personal statements. So I think if you engage yourself to this particular program and the way it's structured, you will really find that at the end of the day that you're very well equipped, not only in your school, in the way you integrate into school, but also the way you are going to present yourself into the work industry. And I have to say this, the system here is different. So nobody tells you this, nobody prepares you, but it is different from, I'll say for me, it was different. So I think I wanted to give myself every chance to be a winner in everything that I set up myself to do, and this equipped me for it. So this for me is the best morning, the best thing that you've done this morning, to come to this induction and to spend your day here and to engage with the program as presented. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. Back to you, Corinne.
Annie, thank you. Thank you so much. That was really a wonderful account, I think, just so helpful to hear from Annie. I hope for all of us about what the different classes can offer. In relation to some people who are saying in the chat, well, they can't make 2 to 4 for Erica's creative writing class. Let's also emphasize that your tutors will work with you on personal statements, so that's not the only place. But I thought it was so great that Annie pointed out, the strengths with which people come, and the way in which Olive is there just to help you, orient those to what are quite different requirements sometimes from UK higher education. Just so that your strengths can be recognized and that you can build on them. And also the way in which she emphasized how Olive can help you think of different ways to get to where you want to go. Sometimes the things you want to do may be indeed like working with charities and NGOs and as trustees and so on. It's not all about getting that university degree or anything. And I know Dr. Amir's course is very strong about that, explains to you and offers you many possibilities, not just about university as the only goal. So thank you, Annie. That was really great. Could we hear from Zareth? I think he's also here. He's also a recent Olive graduate. Zareth, are you there?
Yes. I don't know if you can hear me or see me.
Yes, both. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, my name is Zareth, and good morning, and thank you for the opportunity. I've been part of the Olive program in 2022, I think, and it was really amazing to have that also opportunity to be back to school, basically. And the thing is, with all the lecturers, they were all really amazing, and I didn't know that I could be a poet one day. And I'm sure that all of the people who came to the UK and as people seeking asylum or displaced people, or people who come for different reasons, they must have been through a lot, even through the home office system. I'm sure that somehow or other you'll be a poet anyway. With the classes with Jan Harriman, you get a glimpse of how the IELTS is all about, and also like you have to you learn a lot and practice, and and also like for people who doesn't speak English or have a minimal skill in English literacy, you can also start quite small and then move on to bigger things, and it's all been catered really nicely. And also like with other people in the classes, they are also with all other people in the classes, they're all very understanding as well. And one thing for sure, like with Israel, I think he is like an IT expert. He knows everything all in, and because I'm not technologically kind of like good with a lot of things, he actually managed to get my IT skills from almost not so good to really really good, and to be on top of the class, and that was super interesting, and thank you for that. And because these skills actually you can use for other things in life, where you would have to do your presentation, and you would do all different things in the you didn't realize how much you gain from it. And of course, with Erica and Sonia, they are the lecturer for the creative writing, and it was really amazing to have them to see there's a lot more than what you think of a poetry, because you think poetry is very structured and very like you have guidelines and this and that, or but actually you can write for many different ways, and there's nothing wrong or right, and because of all of that, I have had interest from different universities to continue my academic journey, but also because I've been a poet and an activist, and I've been also like with Annie, become a trustee for many different organizations. My time are completely filled with so many things, with UNHCR, UNICEF, and British Red Cross. So I'm really quite full on basically, and I have to defer a lot of my academic journey because of that as well. So it really will open up a lot of opportunities and windows and doors to many different things in life, if you want to progress academically, or you want to do anything else. So give this a chance, and do it with an open mind. And the lecturers are, as I mentioned in the comment section, they're all very kind, compassionate, and very supportive. So you will have a good time, and hopefully that you progress even further than what you can imagine you could be. Thank you.
Zareth, that was great. Thank you so much. I don't know if Zareth, you want to post anything in the chat of your poetry. I know there is quite a lot of Zareth poetry online, actually. I don't know if there's anything he wants to post, but it's wonderful stuff to read. So, sometimes courses can take you in different directions, and, you may join this course thinking, I want to go to this particular university next year, and then you may end up a poet instead. I don't know. It's possible for you to develop, as we've said all along, in different directions, and hopefully Olive will help with that, as well as with your journey within higher education. And perhaps you get a sense also from these people that that have been speaking that Olive is kind of a community in itself, and you develop even online friendships with people and connections with people that are quite strong and long lasting, I think. So Erica has just put in the chat that she has to go now, but you'll see her next week on Wednesday afternoon. And Zareth has just sent a link to one of his poems, I think. Even the birds are chained to the sky. So please take a look at that. In fact, I think at this point, it will be great to take a break. We've been here for an hour, and you know, in classes, there is always a little break at this point in the UK. We have a 5-minute break for you to just stretch and maybe get a drink or something. The teachers and tutors may not be able to stay with us beyond this, but we are going to look in a little bit more detail at some of the guidelines around Olive, and then also have some Q&As with you, questions from you about the program. So thanks to everybody who's been participating so far. Let's take a 5-minute break and come back at 11:10, and then have some more information about Olive at that point, and then also some questions. Thanks so much, everybody. See you soon.
Past 11. Wow.
So hello, everyone. Just like to start back and spend a little time talking about some other aspects of the OLIVE program, which we haven't really covered yet. So I'm just going to share a screen and provide that for you.
This is it? Yeah.
So let me just continue. We've already gone through the schedule and had many presentations from the teachers that you'll be working with and from ex-students. Let me just go through with you the what the tutors are going to do with you. Catherine talked a little bit about this. The tutors are going to work with you one-to-one, but the kind of help they give will depend on what you need, really. So they will, first of all, mostly just check in with you, because learning online, you know, you can get a bit disconnected from the course. And so the tutors are there just to make sure you are still in contact with the course and to find out any issues you might have with the course. The kind of key role in relation to university that the tutors play is to check out personal statements with you and give feedback for those, and also for any scholarship applications you might make. And at the same time, they might talk about different university courses with you. And if you are not at that point yet to go to university, but want to do some other things to prepare, they will also talk about those possibilities with you. Although actually, if you are in Amir's class, Dr. Amir's class on routes to university, he will also be your first point of contact about those things. So the tutors will mostly be in touch with you by email. You might have some meetings with them on Zoom. If they happen to be in the same place as you, you might be able to meet up. But to be honest, because OLIVE students are all over the country, we are probably not going to have a tutor to meet you right where you are. But that's okay. I mean, it works out fine that people will meet on Zoom. So that's really the roles of the tutors. I should emphasize that the tutors are all volunteers, so they are giving their time. So just be aware that their responsibilities really are just about higher education. They are not able to deal with lots of other queries that you might have. You know, they don't have any ability to help with legal issues, housing issues, health issues, those kinds of things. You know, we can always find you a local charity or something that can help with those things. But the tutors themselves are not really going to be able to be like a one-stop shop for you to deal with other issues. Really just about higher education. So I just want to emphasize that we have some kind of guidelines for working together in OLIVE, and I just want to go through those so that you are, you know, clear about that. That, you know, when we have the classes, we want everybody to be respected. As I mentioned before, everybody, whatever their opinions. So we want to give space to everybody to speak. So people are asked, you know, especially if the class is large, to, you know, use put up your hand on the so that people can see on the screen that you're waving your hand, or use the reaction button to put up your hand, or put a message in the chat to ask if you want to contribute to the group, rather than just speaking out, because that can be difficult. It can be hard for everybody to get heard if you're all speaking, just speaking out. Also, a big requirement here is that, you know, any personal information that we find out about any fellow students or anybody else actually involved, we keep it to ourselves. We are, as in any situation really, anything that you hear about other people, you keep confidential. And also that you just use your first name, and don't put your personal information in chats and so on. Just your first name is fine for the teaching and the tutors as well. If you do need any kind of advice that's not about education, you can email us and we can find you a referral or something. But as I said, we are not experts in everything at all. We are only helping with higher education, really. And an important thing also to mention is that if you or anybody else discloses anything about harm to yourself or anybody else, for instance, that anybody is being abused or something else of that kind, we do need to share that information as early as possible, actually. We have people at the University of Bristol and people at Refugee Education UK that we would share that information with. So just want to make you aware of that if we find out about any harm that is happening to you or to others around you, we might need to share that information. And this is more information about safeguarding, really, that if things are happening that are unsafe for you and you don't have any other people to contact, then you can contact us through the email, but you can also, of course, use 999. There is a mental health national service here, which I've put in the link here, which will give you some urgent help if you do have any urgent mental health issues. And then Samaritans also are available if you have any mental health issues that you need to address immediately, you or anybody else around you, in fact. So we are just providing you with this information, which is the kind of information that Refugee Education UK also provides, because we want to make sure that you have this kind of information in case of these issues arising for you. And the slides will be available for all of you and also for anybody not here by email as well. So from that, I think we can move on to some more general issues for you to raise questions and so on about the course, and just introduce yourselves if you would like to do that. I'm just going to look in the chat to see if there are any questions coming up at the moment. This is just from now on a general question and answer session and introductions if you would like. So is there anything anybody would like to ask? Just on the mic, you can come off mic and ask questions if you would like to do that, or raise other questions.
Hello.
Hi, Ali. Yes, you were waiting.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, my son is doing A levels, so he can't able to participate in these classes. So he's doing A levels. So I'm wondering if your tutors can help him regarding his personal statement.
Well, Ali, I mean, if he is doing A levels at college, probably the people at that college will be the best people. They will be skilled with doing personal statements, and they will know about local universities and so on that he might be attending. Is there any issue with that? Is there some? Have you asked the college or the school about providing information of that kind for your son?
Yeah, he's taking help from his tutors, but I want to someone like Kate, who is working in the university, can maybe help me.
I mean, it has probably, if your son is still doing A levels, next term will be the term when he gets the most help. And there will be a lot of help. Colleges and schools do give a lot of help on personal statements. So for instance, many Olive students do access courses actually. And those access courses, which are similar to A levels, provide a large amount of help. So I don't think you need to be too worried about this. Maybe Kate can contribute here. She's still here. But Kate, I don't think that Ali needs to be worried about his son and his personal statement. What do you think?
Well, we're always worried about our children, aren't we? And we want them to do the best And we want to be able to network with people we know. Some of us have big networks to ask for support, and some of us don't have access to them. But I think it's right that you should make the college do their job, which is to help you help your son apply to the college that he wants or university that he wants to apply to, and encourage your son to make those inquiries himself, to seek advice from the college. But if you're one of my students, I'm sure we'd have conversations about how we work with our children to support them on their life journey. So I'm sure people would be happy to have conversations with you about how you encourage your son. That would be great. And
Okay,
good
thank you.
luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate. These are very good points. And, I think a lot of people doing Olive do also pass on what they learn from Olive to their children. Can be quite helpful for your children to see you going through this.
Thank you.
Then they learn something about it themselves. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your.
No worries. I have a lot of questions in the chat, so let's take a look. So Emon is asking how many classes in 1 week, and that is on 3 days, Emon. We did have a schedule up at one point, and that will come to you also. And there is a class on Tuesday mornings, the English. There is a class on Wednesday mornings, digital skills. There is a class on Wednesday afternoons, which is creative writing. And then there is a class on Thursday morning, which is the class on routes to university, education, and employment. And you will get, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., you will get an email which gives you the details of each class for the next week and the link, the Zoom link for each class. So hopefully that helps. Hania is asking, does the course have a certificate? Yes, Hania, there is a certificate of completion if you do more than 60% or more of the course. That is, you come to classes 60% or more of the time, just to show that you have been really engaged and have completed the course. We then give a certificate of completion at the end of it. Second question from Annie. Yes, we will send this PowerPoint on email, and that will come out this afternoon. And we will also send the link to the YouTube channel. And we can send that this afternoon as well. The YouTube channel currently just has the classes from last year, but you can also look at those, of course. We have a playlist from 2023, and then this year we will be building a playlist for 2024. And within each of those playlists, there is a playlist for English and a playlist for the Going to University course that Anya does. So, and then Hania also is in a place where we do have some person-to-person meetings. Yes, we will have a couple of meetings in Bristol, Hania. So we will send out details of those meetings as well. In fact, there will be a meeting in London, I think, next week. So we'll send out details about that immediately. And then Sophia asked, during applications, we were asked what our course choices were. I think, yeah, we were asked, you were asked about what you were wanting to do at university, Sophia. I don't think you were asked particularly to choose these classes, but you may have expressed the interest in one or two of the classes. But yes, you're welcome to come to all the classes, absolutely, as many classes as you want. So, and then Mo is saying, is there any benefit for those who are beginners for being in these classes? You know, Mo, I think that is for you to judge. We don't select people. If you are able to follow the classes fine, then yes, of course, you are welcome to join. You will learn from them. The English classes do not begin at beginner level. So, you know, you can see what you would gain from the, it may be that you gain something, but they are not set at beginner level. So just be aware of that. No, Emon says, can we arrange IELTS exams? I'm really sorry, Emon, we cannot do that, unfortunately. Those exams are, I think, I don't know, you guys may know more, some of you may know, but I think they're around £200 a time. And our whole budget would go on that if we were doing that, unfortunately. But as I mentioned in the chat earlier, there are some ways around this. So universities do not always require IELTS. Sometimes they use a different test, which is cheaper. Sometimes they may even use the Duolingo test. We can get those for free for you. We have vouchers for those Duolingo tests. Sometimes universities will set their own tests. And for refugees and asylum seekers, when universities set the test, they are usually free, the English tests. So Emon, in the academic English and IELTS class, Jan is very able to help you with preparing for those. And she will show you lots of online materials as well, where you can prepare and take practice tests to see what your level is. And she will even help you practicing in the run up to an IELTS test if you actually do need that test. But unfortunately, we can't arrange those exams for you. Just see if there are any other hands up. Do people want to put hands up or just raise questions here? Oh. Okay, Sophia has another question, which is about her personal statement. So Sophia, we will be allocating tutors over the next couple of weeks. So once you have a tutor, you can send that personal statement to the tutor, and the tutor will work on you with it and give feedback and so on. If you have got an acceptance, have you got an acceptance, Sophia, for 2024? That would be a bit, it sounds like you may not. If you have an acceptance, you could still take IELTS this summer and go to university. If not, you would be applying for 2025. So Yusra says, after completing this course, what is our next step to gain admission in university for undergraduate? Well, Yusra, your next step is to do a UCAS application, and Dr. Amir goes through that application process with you and gives you lots of resources and help in how to do UCAS applications. Okay, Sophia says no, she doesn't have an acceptance yet. So Sophia, you will be doing the same thing, I think, applying in autumn, this autumn even, for a place at university. And Amir can help you with that application process. And at the same time, the tutors will be able to help you with the personal statement for the application. Anna says, I don't speak English well. I hope I can learn English well by using your classes, and I would like to become a teacher and teach others. Anna, that would be wonderful. That would be really wonderful. Teaching English or teaching other things? Sounds like maybe teaching other things. But definitely you can apply for a teaching training once your English is at that level, and depending on your background. And you can also do some, work to show, voluntary work to show that you are interested in this area by, for instance, volunteering in a local school or something like that. So there are other things that you can do apart from just studying that will help you go to university. Yes, Mina, I think Olive is good for preparing for an access course, depending on which access course, and you can discuss that with your tutor. But yeah, usually this is a very good way to prepare for getting to an access course. I'm just looking for some hands because Kate has pointed out to me there were some hands up. So let me just go back and look for them. Nazi, hi. Do you want to ask your question?
Yes. Sorry, I'm from Iran, and we our first language is Persian, Farsi. I can say that we learn English in the classes, especially for the education. For example, the academic things. When I came to the UK, I had a problem in pronunciation, in the daily speaking things. Sometimes I thought that I speak really clearly, but especially British persons couldn't understand that what I'm saying. I thought that I have problem in pronunciation. So how I can learn the pronunciation really well and can speak English in a right way, you know, in a correct way.
Okay, Nazi, Kate's here, and I'm sure she will have something to say about this. My perspective is there is not really a right way in this way, and we can understand you very well. So, but it's still true that for instance, to take an IELTS test or something like this, you may need to learn some particular things. I would say not so much pronunciation, more maybe grammar or something like that. But Kate, do you want to say something?
Sure. I mean, we all have different accents. I mean, within the UK, there are so many different accents. But even so, there are quite a few British people that are not used to hearing international accents, and they do sometimes struggle with someone who has a slightly different way of speaking. It's amazing because even just 10 miles away, you can run into a different accent, but still, I think some people do have difficulty. I don't think that's so much the case in higher education. I think we're very used to working with international students, and we have the ear for it, if you like. We can hear and understand what people are saying. But you ask how you can improve, and I think what you're doing is very useful for this. Having a go, just speaking and getting some feedback and listening to other people. I have a relative in America who learned her English by listening to English songs. So she used to listen to the radio all the time and sing along on the radio. I think it's just a question of practice and being brave in the way that you are to just have a go at speaking English. So keep going.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But sometimes if we have a partner to speak English with us from the Britain, it would be really great. Is there any groups that help us to have the partner, the English person? With sometimes my child go to school and when I say something, she told me that it is the wrong way that you say. For example, I say I saw. She told me no, you need to say so, or something like that. How I can find a classes? Is there any classes? Is there any sites that help us to learn these things, the syllables or these things to us better, to speak better, you know?
Okay, so Nazi, I think, your daughter is being a bit strict, maybe too strict, because really this difference is very small and many people in the UK say that word saw in different ways. So I think you are right, though. It's very helpful to be in as much English as you can, but more for, grammar things, which can make a difference in whether you can be understood or not, than for just pronunciation. So if you come to the classes, there is a lot of English around in all of the classes. It's like an English environment. So you're in English all the time. And that is just, as Kate was saying, a big help to be in English a lot. But it's also quite tiring. So don't try and do it all the time. You need to be in Farsi as well sometimes. Otherwise it's exhausting. So, I would say come to the classes that you can for all that English environment. We may also have some English conversation classes. We may do a couple of those as well. And it sounds like you would like that. Just classes where people meet and discuss issues online in English, but not to teach you anything, just for discussion and for more English practice. Do you think that would be helpful?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, anybody in the chat also thinks English conversation might be useful. We can try and do that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike, do you want to raise a question?
Okay. My question is, how many classes would I be having per day? Then the other question is that how can I allocate the university and what are some of the basics or how are some of the requirements when I want to join the university? Then how can I be able to allocate it a university, or I just want to know some from that.
Thank you, Mike. So in terms of number of classes, there are 4 classes a week. English on Tuesday morning, digital skills on Wednesday morning, creative writing on Wednesday afternoon, and then the class about how to go to university on Thursday morning. And Mike, that class on Thursday morning will answer a lot of your questions, I think, about what you need to go to university and also about how to choose a university. And that depends a little bit also on whether your status is asylum, everybody's status, whether it is asylum seeker or refugee, because as you may know, refugees can get, people who the UK government recognizes as a refugee, they can get government loans for university and also loans for maintenance.
I have a question because
hold on, Lily.
last year I'm supposed to do my access course, but because of the funding, the amount, the money, I don't have money. And there have been that I haven't got my status. That's why I didn't do it.
Hold on a minute, sorry. So yeah, Lily, that's true, but that's because of being an asylum seeker. And unfortunately, asylum seekers are not given the same right to government funding that refugees are given. So that's a real difficulty. But if you are an asylum seeker, Lily, and you are not getting funding for your access course, we can work with Refugee Education UK on that, because Refugee Education UK has helped people who are asylum seekers to get access course funding. So if that is your case, we can refer to Refugee Education UK and they can perhaps help you with that.
Okay, yes, if that is the case, I would like, because I'm supposed to do my access course last year, but because of the funding and the money they mentioned, I couldn't able to do it. Yeah.
No. So but for access courses, it is often the case anyway that you can get that as an asylum seeker. So we will ask Refugee Education UK about this. But for asylum seekers generally, if you are an asylum seeker, you may know already that if you apply to university, you will be treated as an international student and charged international fees. So that you obviously nobody can pay that. So in that case, you also have to apply for scholarships. So Mike, that is part of the answer to your question as well. That what is available?
What I'm saying, they charge me 3,000 something, 3,800, but I couldn't afford to pay the money. And I applied for government funding. They say, no, I'm not eligible.
No, you're not eligible, but there are some ways that you're not always eligible, but Refugee Education UK can help you with this because you can get funding for it actually.
Yeah, I talked to Bristol Refugee Light.
Okay.
They couldn't help, they couldn't be able to help me.
Okay, well, let's try afterwards, Lily. We can have a conversation and try with Refugee Education UK.
Okay.
Let's try that. Okay. But yeah, so Mike, I don't know if we have answered all the questions. There is a big set of questions coming from you about where you want to go and how you will get there. And basically, Amir's class will cover most of those issues, I think, for you. And some of them you can also address with your tutor.
Yeah, I have covered some of my questions. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Probably we can't cover them all at this moment, but thank you. Do you want to add anything, Kate, since you're a big expert and here with us?
On what in particular, sorry? About funding?
I don't know about resources for going to university.
I think there was a question in there somewhere about requirements for university entrance. Have we answered that one really? It will very much depend on the course that you're applying to. But are you asking about the foundation course, the access courses?
Yeah.
Yes.
Two people are asking about that actually and saying they have not had funding for it.
Right. I'm afraid I don't know, but we can find out either through Refugee UK, or it will depend where you live, what access courses are in your area.
Yeah, I live in Bristol, but my access course, the college I apply for is in Western College, and they have already accepted me. But the problem is the fees.
Yes.
Right.
No worries.
I cannot be able to pay the school fees.
No, you can't pay the fees, obviously. So we will ask. Refugee Education UK has done this with a number of people, and this would apply to Mina as well. That Refugee UK Education UK can help for people who are asylum seekers and trying to go to access courses where the access courses say you must pay. That's not always the case with access courses.
Okay.
So let me just see, there are lots of questions here coming. So Anna has confirmed that if she learns English well, she's going to want to help to teach others. And Anna, that's a great idea. And in fact, there are courses on teaching English that are sometimes available much quicker actually than through university that you might be able to do. Hanya says you can use Hello Talk. I mean, what are you referring to there, Hanya? For what can we use Hello Talk? Is Hanya there? Okay, maybe you can come back later, Hanya. So, and then Freshta has asked about a WhatsApp group. Oh, for an English conversation. Oh, that's Hanya talking about English conversation maybe through Hello Talk, I'm not sure. So the WhatsApp issue, Freshta, is that we are, universities don't like us to use WhatsApp for this because it's not so secure and your information can be available to other people. So that's a problem for WhatsApps. We have had some WhatsApp groups. If some one of you would like to have a WhatsApp group, you can send me details of it and then I can publicize it to other people. But we ourselves, we cannot really do it because it would be something that's non-confidential and we don't want to risk students having their information disclosed ourselves. Ibra says he is looking forward to being a good English speaker, Ibra. Oh, this is interesting. So Anna is saying, and this is definitely the case, that if there are other people around who speak Farsi or Arabic, then you can ask each other questions in those languages. And definitely there is a Naz who is also a Farsi speaker, Anna. So there are definitely other people around that you can do this with. If you need to get in touch with somebody from the course and you don't have that email, you can always email Olive Online. And then we will set up an email exchange with you so that you can get the email of the other person if they agree. Okay, so we just don't give out the emails of everybody, of course, because they're private to you. But we can give emails to you if the other person agrees. Okay, Shaheen has a PhD in psychology. Hi, Shaheen. I also have a PhD in psychology. So nice to meet you. But your language will, I'm sure, not take long. And maybe we will have a tutor for you that is in psychology and can help you with how to proceed in this. Because we do have some psychology specialists among the tutors.
Hello,
Hi,
I'm Shaheen.
Hi.
Thank you for.
Of course. So Mo is asking, are there any other free classes for those who are in the UK through spousal visas? What kind of free classes are you thinking about, Mo?
I need I need to improve English because my listening and speaking is weak, and I need to improve English. But there is a class that's not enough to me. I wanted to know if there is any class in university to help me to improve English.
Well, Shaheen, in university, those classes are usually, you have to pay for them, unfortunately. But the classes that Olive is giving in English are free. So you can start with those. If they are not enough, we can look for some others. But they are directed at IELTS. So I think they will raise you to the level that you want, hopefully. And the English teacher, Jan, will also give you many other resources for practicing your English. So I think that will be probably enough. I'm hoping, let's see. Does that make sense? So the main class for you would be the Tuesday English class.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And then we will also look for a tutor that has a speciality in psychology.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Mo is asking if there are other free classes. Mo, what kind of free classes are you looking for?
Oh,
This is from Mo, Shaheen. I don't know, is Mo here? Can you say, Mo, what those free classes are that you're looking for? Let's wait. Maybe Mo can come back to us.
Yeah, can I have a question, please?
Who's this? Mo.
This
Yes.
is Mo. Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to know, have you got any like addresses or any classes for those who are like beginners? Because my wife just came in the UK a couple of months ago and just wondering to know if we can have any like access to any classes, like a charity or anything like, you know, free things, because she can't go to the college because we need to afford it. We need to pay for it.
Oh, she can't go even to, okay, well, she can't go to the college, Mo, but there will be, it depends where you are, but many refugee NGOs, charities, do offer free classes. Don't worry about your visa status. So I don't know where you are in the...
We are in Manchester at the moment.
Let me go back to Kate. Kate, do you know if there are NGOs around that are offering these classes, like free?
Yes, there are. Rainbow Haven is one, for example. Talk English is another. There are quite a few around. So I suppose if you email the Olive Online email, we could send you a list.
That will be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support.
No worries. Yeah, these usually the NGOs do provide English for all level. Well, not all levels, but definitely beginner levels, and they are very good in terms of they are not going to charge you money regardless of your visa. So let me just go back to other questions. So Morared asks, do we have an attendance sheet? We don't have an attendance sheet, Morared, but we do monitor the attendance through the participant list. So we check the participant list. So that's why for us, if you come onto the classes with a name called iPhone, it's a bit hard for us to know who you are. So, and also the teachers would really like to know who you are rather than saying iPhone, do you have a contribution or something like this. So I don't know how many people called iPhone we currently have. It's probably a few. So if you can check out how to change that iPhone name to your own name, that would be great. Oh, in fact, now we have some people called Zoom user. We have 3 people called Zoom user. So Zoom users, I'm just going to put in the chat how you change to your own name. Oh, whoops, that's not the, I'm sorry, I don't have the details now. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so if your name on your, I'm just about to send this to you, there we go. If your name on the screen is your phone name or in fact Zoom user and not your own name, can you please click on your phone name or Zoom user and then select rename so we can see your first name. So if we have your first names, we can then keep a list of people's attendance, and that's very useful for us to know partly for that certificate that we give out to people, but also just to check out that people are engaging or not engaging with the course. And then we are able to get back to people later and say, you know, we haven't seen you in classes. Is there anything we can do, and so on, to help you? So going back to the questions. So that was Morared's question.
Sorry, I raised my hand. Can I?
Okay, sorry. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you having me. Really, I'm glad to be here. I learned a lot of things, but one of the participants asked the same question as me. Last year, I have applied for London Metropolitan University, and I took exam online English and mathematics, which is prepared by the university, and I passed. Finally, at the same time, I applied for asylum scholarship. Unfortunately, I wasn't successful because as far as I learned, there were a lot of competent. So I have the opportunity to continue my class, but still now I don't know how to get money, because as an asylum seeker, I don't have any income, and it is not possible. So could you advise me how to get how to attend my class?
So you mean the university course that you have been accepted for?
Yeah, in pharmaceutical science, undergraduate.
Okay, so Gataya, then have you looked at the other scholarship opportunities that the university provides, not just sanctuary scholarships, but other ones?
I checked, but it's not for me.
Okay. And have you looked at the other scholarships that are available across the UK for asylum seekers? There are some other ones, not just sanctuary ones.
No, I don't have any information. Yeah.
Okay, I can send you a link for that. Not now, but I will send you afterwards. The other issue is that this is just a general issue for everybody here who might be an asylum seeker and trying to go to university, that, you know, there are sanctuary scholarships to help, but there are not very many. And it's hard to get one. It's true. There are many people waiting in the asylum system and not many scholarships. So we have to be realistic about that. You know, it's not possible for everybody who applies to get one. We can't always say, oh, this is what you do to get one, because the criteria change and so on. So we are not necessarily going to be able to guarantee people getting a scholarship by any means. One possibility, Gataya, is even if you don't get this money, you can defer your place for a year, so that you would have that scholarship open to you by that place open to you for next year. And by then, hopefully your asylum status will be resolved by then. That's one possibility. And in the meantime, you can try and get some experience, maybe some voluntary experience or something, some lab experience, something of that kind. You can also, of course, apply again. I don't know if you applied to more than one university and more than one scholarship, or just to that one London Met. Did you apply to more or just to one?
I just one for London Metropolitan University.
So because one university usually only has a few scholarships, that means you have the chance is quite small. So quite a lot of people apply to more than one. You know, maybe in London, you can apply to a number, actually. So that's another possibility if you are not able to go this year. But definitely, if the scholarships are not possible for you this year, I would suggest that you defer your application, so your place, so that your place is still there for you next year.
Yeah,
yeah. Your status. I will send you a list of the other UK scholarships that are available, and you can check through them and see if they are suitable and still open for you, you can try, have a try.
Thank you very much.
No worries. And also you can approach the university directly and say, you know, this is my situation. Is there any way I can have some experience in the course or come into some of the classes or something like this, you know, just on a voluntary, a kind of voluntary basis, if they would let you do that, just to audit some classes or something of that kind. You can approach maybe the program leader and ask if that might be possible.
Okay, thank you so much.
A difficult situation, Gataya, and this is for everybody here. This is a kind of reality check from Gataya. You know, you can get into university, you can be all qualified and ready to go, but as an asylum seeker, if you don't have that funding, then you are having to wait. And as Amir often says, that this requires some patience. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Mina is also in a situation of being an asylum seeker. Oh no, you are a refugee, Mina, or an asylum seeker? Because if you are a refugee, of course you can have funding for access course if you are recognized as a refugee. Mina, are you around? Not hearing from Mina at the moment.
I'm sorry. I have a question for Madam Kate.
Can we just wait to see if Mina is going to answer, Mike, and then come back to you?
I don't know why.
Thank you. Mina, are you there? Okay, let's come back to Mina later. So we have a question from Mike and Anwarul in the with the hands up, and then we have quite a lot still in the chat to go back to.
Okay.
So Mike, yeah.
I have a question for Madam Kate. Madam Kate, according to your experience, my question is, how can I keep myself and make my career successful while after joining the university? So I want you to, according to your experience, I want you to explain for me that.
There are quite a lot of, thank you for your question. There are quite a lot of students. Do you mean, are you talking financially?
No, I don't mean financially.
Okay, sorry.
Like, because we are coming from different area, different societies. So I want you to explain for me, how can I keep myself while joining the university? Like, how can I keep myself focused and be successful with my career? Because I can, like, according to your experience, so because I can't, like, they are, like, you can explain for me like many things, disrupting this and this, do this and you get like that. I don't know whether I got me.
No, I think I understand, but tell me if I don't. A lot of people find when they come to a UK university that it's surprising how much free time they have. There's only a smallish number of classes that you actually attend, and there's quite a lot of time usually for independent study, where you need to go to the library or follow the reading list or figure out for yourself a schedule. And I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're thinking of. How do you keep yourself going and motivated and focused, you said. And it is, for some people, quite a challenge if they're used to quite structured education. I think people have various ways. I always tell students to use their academic advisors. So usually you have a tutor if you're talking about once you're at university, you have a tutor, much like you will on this course, who you can go to with questions or just to talk to about what you're learning about. So that's one way. And the other way is with other students. And already on this course, people are setting up little groups of support where they can talk about the studies in between the class. So I think using other people and following the guidelines that are provided are really useful ways of keeping a focus on what you're learning. I think learning is sometimes quite difficult, but all of us enjoy knowing something more that we learn from other people and other authors. So hopefully you'll find a mixture of challenge and enjoyment when you're studying this course and at university. Is this in any way addressing your question?
Wow, thank you very much. That's what I want. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
In fact, Mike, if you go to university in the
Hello.
UK, hi, wait a minute, I'm Morel. I'm just finishing off, but in a minute it's your turn. So Mike, if you go to
Okay.
university in the UK, for instance, where I work, it's Bristol University, there is special provision for instance, mature students who come to university a bit later. So there is a group there among mature students with staff to support you. So there are specific help. There is specific help available when you come in through a route that is not, just the straightforward route of 18-year-olds who were born in the UK, So there is quite a lot there. I think you will find that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Worries. So Anwar Al has been waiting. So thank you, Anwar Al. Do you want to raise your question?
Yes. Hello. I'm Anwarul. I have a question. I'm asylum seeker. I have completed my Bachelor of Laws in my country, and I was a lawyer in my country. But now I think I would like to apply for the bar course, the bar at law. And what is the requirement? Can you please explain the English requirement? I think I'm very poor in English, but my degree as well, that recognized all over the world, but needs some requirements, academic English, maybe. So
I
can you?
I think, the English class will be helpful for you, Amaral. It will guide you towards IELTS. I think he probably needs IELTS level 7 or something for this. So that's quite a high level. We also have very good contact with an organization called Refu Aid. And Refu Aid helps people who are moving with a profession from one country to the UK and who want to do that same profession. So you may find that you still have to take some law courses even before you do the barrister training in the UK. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's likely because law is, even though your law degree is very well recognized, the law system is going to be different in the UK. So you can check this out with Refu Aid, and we will give you in fact, I can give you the link to the email for Refu Aid if you like in the chat now. I think they will help you with that.
Thank you.
No worries. Let's see where we are in terms of questions. Kate has sent some nice information about Olive English classes in Manchester that will be free. So hopefully that will be helpful for your wife, Mo. Asma has asked, do we need to prepare for next week's class? No, Asma, not next week, but there will be homeworks for the classes. You won't have to do them. It's not compulsory, but there is homework so that you can do things in between the classes, I think for all of the classes. Anna says everybody here speaks English very well. No, Anna, it's fine. The course is open for everybody. So please don't worry about this, especially if you're in creative writing. You will realize that your English is better than you think, I think. Roshanak is raising this other issue. Will our weak English cause problem in participating? I mean, Roshanak, if you can write this here for us, I don't think your English is going to be any kind of problem for the classes. Try it out. If you find that some of the classes are difficult to follow, then fine. But the teachers are used to working with people with different levels of English. Because, many people are coming to the UK with their own degrees and stuff, but they may not have done English. So of course, we were going to work with people at different English levels. This is fine. So I would try it out. And you may find that you start out not understanding so much and your understanding increases also. I've also had one question from somebody about an incomplete master's degree. That is quite hard to transfer into the UK. It may be that you have to restart a master's, but that should be possible to do in your subject. If you have started it, that is a good way to show that you can do a master's. But as I said, it's quite hard usually to transfer half a master's so that you only do half a master's afterwards. But you can explore that with your tutor. So, and Hanya and Nazi are exploring Hello Talk together for conversation practice, which is great. Taya is asking for the difference between asylum seeker and refugee. So I'm not a lawyer, Taya, but you know, people who come to the UK fearing persecution or harassment are all in international law refugees. But then the UK recognizes some people officially as refugees and some people they do not recognize. And during that period, when you have initially come, but before your the outcome of your substantive interview and so on, you are an asylum seeker. So you are not recognized by the UK government as a refugee at that time. And once the UK government does recognize you as a refugee, then you can get the same access to university that any UK-born person has. But before that, asylum seekers in the UK are classified in universities as international students. I don't know if that's clear. Oh, appears to be some Pashto speakers in the chat also finding each other. Oh, well, maybe Urdu. Oh, Jackie has given a very clear answer in the chat. So there you go. Do you have your decision or not? Thank you, Jackie. Kate, is there anything here you want to add to?
I don't think so. But what I really like is people asking questions. I think that's the way to make the most of any course you're on, as those of you know who've studied before. So yes, I very much look forward to working with you. So thank you very much for this great introduction.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It's been wonderful to meet you all and to hear all these questions and also to see some of you already in contact a bit. If those contacts, if you need to get emails of each other from the Olive program, you can send to us, and as I said, we can arrange that if you haven't managed to do this within the chat. So I think we should wrap up now. It's gone for a long time, and I hope that's been useful for you. Homeworks, Jackie. I don't even know homeworks. What is homeworks? Do you want to inform us? Some people in the chat are talking about homeworks, but I don't know what it is.
It was just somebody mentioned that there was homework in between the class. I think
you. Homeworks! Oh, there will be homeworks. I mean, we're not going to, it's not like with your school, you know, that you are going to get in trouble if you don't do these homeworks, but just things that you can do in between, because one class a week is not so much. So you may want to be doing more. Yeah. Excellent. Lovely to meet you all. And thanks so much to Kate as well for taking part and all the answers. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.